Meanwhile,
anywho, we are back in Modern, and we're playing a little bit of Enigmatic Incarnation again. This is my own particular spin on the Enigmatic Incarnation deck with some extra copies of Meddling Mage in the main deck, some extra copies of Meddling Mage in the sideboard to try to ultra hose the Tybalt's Trickery decks that are somewhat plaguing Modern at the moment. And the most important thing you might notice about this deck is that it's 81 cards. Why is it 81 cards? Well, because the wonderful Niv Mizzet master, as well as innovator of the Enigmatic deck himself, the one and only Mordekaiser, issued a challenge to both Jiggy Wiggy and myself that we were all going to race to who could get the first trophy by playing 81 cards, a feat that, to my knowledge, has never been done. We will be the first ever people to get an 81 card 5-0. Now, why is that worth doing? Well, in the words of Sir Edmund Hillary, because it's there. Because nobody's done it. Because we will always be able to carry the accomplishment with us that even if we weren't the first person to get that 81 card trophy, that we knew that person, that we competed against that person, and we're just having a good time playing Urian decks anyway, so why not? In this deck, we've got some Utopia Sprawls, Abundant Growths, and Birds of Paradise on one CMC. The Abundant Growths and the Utopia Sprawls obviously useful because with Enigmatic Incarnation, we can tutor out any 2-mana creatures. To wit, we have a single Charming Prince, we have a single Phantasmal Image, we have a single Scavenging Ooze, we have a Spellskite, a Voice of Resurgence, and 2 copies of Meddling Mage is 1 Brain Maggot. Then all of our 2 CMC enchantments, including Omen of the Sea, Spreading Seas, and Omen of the Forge, can be turned into 3-mana creatures, including the super powerful Skyclave Apparition, the always great in the clutch Magus of the Moon main deck. You get Deputy of Detention, Reflector Mage, Lurrus of the Dream Den, which obviously synergizes with Omen of the Forge and Seal of Fire wonderfully to burn down creatures, as well as Omen of the Seas to draw cards. You got some Renegade Rallier, you have Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath, you got some Teferis in this slot too. You cannot tutor for them with Enigmatic Incarnation, but they're still just generally great. And newcomer, Cosima, God of the Voyage. So for those who have not seen this card yet, it's great in any kind of mid-range or control matchup, and could in theory be good in other matchups. We'll find out. So it's 2 and a blue for a 2/4, dodges Lightning Bolt. Legendary creature God, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile Cosima. Okay, why would we want to do that? Well, if you do, it gains whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control. If Cosima is exiled, you may put a Voyage counter on it. If you don't, return Cosima to the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Draw X cards where X is the number of Voyage counters on it. So once you exile Cosima, every time you play a land, Cosima gets a counter, or you choose to bring Cosima back. And when you do bring Cosima back, for each counter you've put on it, you draw a card. So just really, truly excellent in grindy mid-range control games where you can get Cosima into exile and then get a bunch of counters on it while you're just playing the game normally, and then drawing a bunch of cards to overpower your opponent. So that's the long and short of this one. We are playing Seal of Fire main deck as well as Omen of the Forge. Just having these shock effects is generally quite useful in Modern right now, with a lot of sort of tempo-y, aggressive creature decks popping around, as well as having the Meddling Mages here for the Tybalt's Trickery decks. Hopefully we can
Meanwhile,
and have a good time with this league. My last one was a 4-1. We were 1 game loss away from the 5-0. Cosima is mono blue Uro bet. I don't know what you mean, Odince, but sure. Unless you mean Cosima is mono blue Uro black entertainment television, in which case I still don't know what you mean. What's up, El Rodeo-san? I did say that today. Mordekaiser was on I streamed my earlier league on the Serum Visions Discord, and Mordekaiser joined in and was incredibly helpful. And he caught me say the words creatures are temporary, but the damage from Creeping Chill is eternal. Are you saying you're betting on Cosima to be the mono blue Uro? Okay. Worked through a Cosima and Uro value package yesterday and surprisingly won a match. Well done. I was watching TSB Hendrick today earlier. He was playing a bunch of Sultai Uro, and the last build he tried had 4 Cosimas in the main deck, which was kind of wild. I'll keep this in the dark. 2 red sources is kind of nuts, but we have green and white through the Foothills and the Prismatic Vista. So this should get a Plains, and this should get a Temple Garden, and we should be gold. Cosima's boat is a fair standard smuggler copter. Yeah, and on the flip side, I don't know if you ever saw the card Silent Submersible, Michael. But this is an absolute garbage card that was super, super frustrating and instantly forgotten when it came out. And I think that the Omen Keel is sort of like the fixed version of that. Because that's just garbage. It's garbage. Why is it blue-blue? Why is it blue-blue? Why does the Silent Submersible, which costs blue-blue, why does the Silent Submersible that costs blue-blue not have any kind of evasion? Right. Well, the reason it didn't have Skulk is because they weren't doing Skulk anymore by that point. Yeah, I know. Everything about that card is wrong. Everything about that card is poorly designed and bad. All right, so we're going to jam Brain Maggot here. If this is some kind of control deck, I want to see if I can clear the way for this Teferi Time Raveler and then just win the game. My opponent's going to be looking at my many colors of magic and maybe going to be... Yeah, well, again, Island Walk is not a thing they were doing in modern design, but yeah. Well, the Submersible should have had some variety of evasion. That's just... I think everyone can agree on that. Like, there's just no way that a card that's literally a submarine should have had no evasion ability. All right, so I guess I'm taking the Archmage's Charm. Then they will theoretically upkeep Path Me, but that means they won't have the mana to cast the Archmage's Charm, and we should be able to resolve our Teferi here. They could just end step snap off a path here, but I couldn't stop them from doing that anyway. So we'll see if they're willing to give me the extra mana. It looks like they are. It's probably a wise choice for my opponent in the dark without really knowing what I'm up to. I'm going to grab the Plains that I was going to grab with Prismatic Vista. And then we'll see what we end up doing next turn. We can cut them off white by putting Spreading Seas on their nonsense. Hold on a second here. They have 5 cards in hand, minus 1 island that they played. They have 2 paths, Cryptic, Flooded Strand, and they have the Archmage's Charm. Okay, I need a second blue here if I want to cast the Omen. Omen of the Seas, Omen of the Seas, Omen of the Seas. Omen of the Seas. Hey, Robert. Mr. Fringe 89, I'm here, so you know what to play next. Well, I don't have the legacy. Battle of Wits deck completed yet, Mr. Fringe, and more to the point, I have already scheduled the decks for tonight, so I would prefer not to do that. But if you throw a bunch of money at me, I guess I'll have to play Legacy Battle of Wits. Don't worry, we're gonna get to it. I just want to like there's no reason to do it now. Second Teferi seems kind of great. I will take a second Teferi against Blue-Eye Control. Yeah. Speaking of, in Modern right now, people should expect plenty of Blue-White Control around, as Blue-White Control is a blue force deck that gets to main deck 3 or 4 copies of Teferi if they want to. And with the Oops All Emrakul deck floating around, that's probably something that a lot of people are going to want to have. All right. Let's make my island into an Everyland. So I know they have a Cryptic in their hand, and I know they just put an Archmage's Charm on top. So I don't want to play a Teferi this turn. There's no other particularly good play I can make other than like Glasspool tapped into Urian, which I don't even... I think I'm going to do it just because the Archmage's Charm is currently on top of their library. Do I want to play the Glasspool short? No, I'll save it. I'll save it. Next turn we can play double Teferi, as long as we set up our mana properly. No, we're good. We're good. We just need another blue. So do it while everyone's jamming mediocre Shardless Valky. Okay, fair enough. Okay. That's really rude. Well, I would like to draw some more action. Probably shouldn't have burned that off in case I draw a Renegade Rallier here. Okay. So I'm not... It's not certain that they have a Archmage's Charm in their hand. Oh, and they have a Mystic Sanctuary. Fuck. So I should start jamming stuff into their counters, because otherwise we're just giving them free time and value. Yeah, they're off white, but I don't know how much that matters for the most part in this matchup. I could save this, but I'd really rather just cycle it. Having them off white is something I like, because I know they have a path in their hand that they realistically can't cast, but okay, so this turn we're gonna go Magus into Teferi. Me too, Odin's. They didn't fetch there, so they definitely have at least one counter, but not necessarily two. The question is, in what order do I want to play these cards? I think it's Magus first into the Teferi, so let's go this wise. Play Magus. Probably going to eat a counter here. They could fetch a basic Plains and then have the Path to Exile ready to go, which is fine by me. I don't mind that at all. We can also Abundant Growth into Teferi here. But yes, Odin's, I also hope that that is the way that goes down. Oh, they brought in the basic Plains so that it can have the Path to Exile here. They're currently trying to Path to Exile my Magus of the Moon on the stack, which is fun. Doesn't it doesn't exactly work the way you're thinking, opponent. Weird that they wanted to exile it on the stack, and then they just let my turn go, but whatever. I'm going to Abundant Growth and crack my Omen. Yeah, better float this mana off my basic against the... Oh, well... Thinking about how my opponent has played thus far, I'm interested to see... Okay, they found the line. Good for them. Oh, that's what I was going to name, so all right. I'll take it. Uh-oh. There's a Magus of the Moon coming down. I better fluff this mana off my basic planes. God knows what could happen if I let it resolve.
This man is totally insane. Thank you!
Oh, that's not what I wanted to draw. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can go Urian into Teferi. Or I guess the smart way to do it is Teferi into Urian. I mean, the real question is what am I worried about in terms of counters? I think it's mostly hard counters. So we'll just play the Teferi first. And it's supremely unlikely that that Teferi resolves, but that means it is somewhat likely Urian resolves and draws me 3 cards with some scry action. Seems pretty hot. And then, of course, if the Teferi resolves by some miracle, then we're in great shape. If they only have mana leaks, we're also in good shape. So... yeah, okay, that's a lot of mana, which is great for us. Because it means we're almost definitely... Yeah. So we're definitely going to be able to resolve our Urian here. Do you guys know that Teferi Time Raveler is Doctor Strange? I didn't actually know at the time. We all thought he was Idris Elba, but he's actually Benedict Cumberbatch, just in the future and black. The Doctor Strange movie is not the greatest superhero movie of all time, but it is the first movie I have seen in probably close to a decade where I literally was telling people, like, listen, just go watch it just for special effects. Because, holy crap. Like, hot damn. They crushed it so hard. Just visually one of the most stunning, glorious, sci-fi... Sure. This is so much better for me than them drawing a card. I know I'm going to lose one of my card draws, but I really, really don't care. Hey, opponent. What are you doing? Yeah, it was a really normal superhero movie in one respect. But I'm okay with that. Like, I like a good origin story movie. Like, it was the first Doctor Strange movie, and in my opinion, I like all of my first movies for each superhero to be like, this is who they are. This is how they became them. This is blah, blah, blah. I like it to be, like, really kind of milquetoast, straightforward origin story. All right, so this go here. This go there. Disco there. And everything is disco. And we'll go draw a card, followed by draw a card. And the first thing will be scry 2 draw. Perfect. That's not how you spell milk toast as far as is my understanding. There's a Q in it. And I have no idea what it means because it clearly doesn't mean milk and toast. It's like MILQ toast. I don't, at least I think. But I don't know what it actually is supposed to mean, so maybe I'm wrong. Hey, look, I got my last basic. No. Q milk toast. No, I think it's MILQ. Which, since I don't know what it means or what it's talking about, I feel like I shouldn't mention it because it's probably something horribly racist. Thank you. Yeah, Milque. There you go. Milk toast. It's probably just French, right? Milk toast. Oh, Sulceras. It has been a minute, friend. I hope you are doing just the best. No, that's what milk toast means, 100%. Bland, typical, safe, etc. All right. We don't know that they have any counter magic left. Kind of count on it, but maybe we just play Spellskite with Raugrin Triome Cycle as our final, as our other play. I just want to have something else to do on the turn where I'm jamming a Teferi, because one or the other is such an excellent play against their deck. Okay, so this field is about to eat one of our lands permanently, but that's not the end of the world. It should get this, because I don't have any other way to produce black mana except for the Abundant Growth that I have in play, so not really worried about it. They got the steam vents. Woo! Dear opponent, I already have a mountain in play. What are you doing? Can I redirect the draw 2 cards to Spellskite? Is that anyone? No? Rats. You think a Scoot Swarm would be great? Isn't Scoot Swarm the one that costs 1? Or is Scoot Swarm the one that costs 3? I honestly can't remember which one is Scoot Swarm the new one? The one that was breaking Magic Arena for a while? It is, right? Okay. Scoot Mob is the original. That's the 1 CMC one. Jeez. Oh, we're flooding so hard. Not only are we flooding, we're colossally failing to draw any action. Oh well. I guess we're in the market for end of turn Omen of the Forge into sack Omen of the Forge to scry. Attack and send a message. I'm glad I didn't. Opponent is flashing back Path to Exile because they know I don't have any basics left. I feel attacked. So we're going to Omen of the Forge here because, you know, we're going to take their, quote, threat off the table. Because I'm pretty sure the reason they're doing this right now is they feel like they have to win by attacking me. And that's just super. Oh, woe is you and your poor spells. Exactly. So many opts. The problem with all these opts is now they're finally going to find some actual threat. And I'm actually somewhat afraid of that. Resets, Archmage's Charm. Oof. So far, we're keeping up with them. I just really need to draw a threat. So if I can find a red source here, good. I'm going to shock my Stomping Ground. We'll keep a fetch because we could draw Renegade Rallier. Yikes. Unfortunately, not good in this matchup. Okay. So they're bouncing a Mystic Sanctuary for that? Sure. So it's kind of my last-ditch effort here. I think if this doesn't resolve, we're going to be pretty close to losing this. It's my last Teferi. Still have the charm? Okay. Yeah, they did. I didn't keep exact track of everything they were bouncing back to their hand. We just spent this whole game just not drawing any action. Even Urian to draw us 3 extra cards couldn't get us through this. We do have 2 Uros in our deck, so maybe we could find one of them. They put a counterspell on top there. It was Cryptic. So, okay. Okay, if that one resolves, we'll be in an alright spot. So, show me potato salad. One time, dealer. No, my opponent has absolute perfect draws. Yeah, we're done here. We can't win after that point. They're gonna have too much consistency. I want to know what I was gonna draw. All right. The shame here is that, you know, even though literally at the beginning of this league, what I warned about in terms of enemy control decks was blue-white, I did not build the sideboard of this deck in such a way to be particularly good against blue-white. So we have no way to exile their graveyard, and we don't have Veil of Summer. We have Spell Pierce, which theoretically can be good if it shows up early enough. So I'm not super annoyed about it, but Veil of Summer is infinitely better in these kind of matchups. What about Jailer? Ooh, so Jailer doesn't work against Snapcaster Mage unless you can play it at instant speed in a moment where they can't flashback the card. Because the way timestamps work, they add that, and Mystic Sanctuary works through Jailer. So I don't think Jailer is worth having, because they're on straight blue-white. They're not playing any green for Uro. So guess Comball could be okay, but probably better than Deputy? No, Deputy hits any size of Planeswalker. Can we call it Burping Pod? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Thank you, friend. So we're here playing Burping Pod. Agent of Erebos? Kuneros, once again, doesn't... I mean, Kuneros would stop Snapcasters only. I think that's a little bit too narrow. We just needed to draw any of our enigmatics on the turns where we were resolving a Teferi. Cut one more Omen of the Forge. Yeah. Looks like they're playing 4 Snap. I mean, I agree with you, but I still think... Yeah. Well, not easy, but like we just had a lot of turns where we didn't draw any of our like engine cards. We drew all 3 of our Teferis. We just had a lot of time where Enigmatic not being able to sack itself is a crime. I disagree with you. I think if it could sack itself, it would be silly. No, I don't think that. That's silly. That's ridiculous. If that was the case, you'd have to have it not be able to be used on the first turn that you had it, which I don't think anyone would be happy with that. Right, exactly. That's a standard card, Enlightened Muppet. They printed this card in standard. You can't do that. You cannot do that. In addition to it being able to... No, you can already have them sack each other. Having them sack each other is good enough, my friend. Yeah, like, you can't do that. You cannot print that card. I mean, they could have, because, you know, obviously a lot of the other stuff they printed was, in fact, way more broken, but I still don't think that makes it a good idea. That's what I'm saying, right? Yeah, it finds you any 5-drop. Any 5-drop. And that was a standard with Niv Mizzet in it. And obviously, nobody in standard was writing great books about how good Niv Mizzet was, but... So I think I want Temple Garden here. No, Hallowed Fountain. A fake? I don't know what a fake is, or if it was in fact unplayable in standard, so I can't comment on that. Oh, as far as I know. Yes. Well, there was decks that played it. Does that mean it's playable? No, not really, but... So I'm going to lead on Comball, because next turn we can play Cosima with a Spell Pierce backup. We'll work through their counters this way. I don't think Comball's actually all that good here. Maybe they let it resolve and path it. It's a decent sideboard card for Rec. Maybe. I played a couple of dedicated enigmatic decks, and they were pretty reasonable. They were a lot like this deck. They were just like grindy value decks with like a tutor package of hate bears. Sure. Campbell's Soup is too scary for them. Oh, Niv. Yeah, Niv was never a standard card. Is it me, or is Charming Prince creepy, not charming? I think this card is creepy, not charming. But at any rate. If I would rather resolve one of these... I think it's Cosima, because if I do resolve the Cosima, they're going to want to kill it. But then again, if they have Teferi 3... No, let's just play Cosima. If I get to exile this on my next turn, it's kind of the nuts. They have 7 cards. There's just like, there's no way they don't have a counter and a spell, a removal spell. Enlightened Muppet dropping the capitalistic knowledge bomb on us. The other day I came out of the Whole Foods, which I don't visit very often, but if I want to splurge on some guacamole, I'll go to the Whole Foods. I came out of the Whole Foods, and all I was thinking to myself is, if I ever have a daughter, I'm just going to insist that she only goes shopping at the Whole Foods. You know, you see so many BMWs, so many Mercedes there. Every man that shops there must be a doctor. Also, I just realized that I'm playing this Cosima with my Prismatic Vista up to use Spell Pierce to counter whatever they play against me, and I don't have another island in my deck. So why did we not save the Vista? I don't know what you mean. You mean till after Cosima? Because I'm bad. I'm bad in a whole bunch of different ways. Don't even get me started on how bad I am. Like, I'm already explaining how much I fucked up there. So now the hope here is that the opponent, good evening, Mr. Maple Syrup. My hope here is that the opponent respects my failure. I mean, they didn't. Alrighty then. Okay. Well then. Add a counter. Fetch this. They probably don't understand how good Cosima is. I don't understand how good Cosima is, so that wouldn't surprise me. I already have this. That's kind of double white, but I guess it's also... I'll get extra green because I got the Scavenging Ooze. So in order, let's play Scoos into Comball, or just play Comball with Omen / Spell Pierce up? Yeah, just play Comball with Omen / Spell Pierce up. I have to go white, black, and 1. So let's do it that way. Yeah. We faked him out, Mike. We faked him out because we showed them the Comball first, and now they goofed into this situation. Hello. Force me, baby. You haven't forced anything yet. Force me harder. No force. Okay. What? Snapcaster Mage has been around. They just move single file to conceal their numbers. Snapcaster Mages always move single file. Snapcaster Mage. my last Snapcaster Mage turned into the moon. Skulls bolt bolt. Resolves. I'm suspicious, but pass the turn. Is my opponent playing like all counters this game? Oh, you guys are all great. I like my chat. Verdict. Okay, that was a little unexpected. I guess I'll eat their Snapcaster, but I just want to keep the rest of my mana to cast this Omen of the Seas. I didn't expect the verdict either. A lot of people are not playing too many sweepers right now. But this stuff is all great. $1-0 for the 5-0? Are you saying you're up a game in your final match? Is that what you're saying? I don't understand what 1-0 for the 5-0 means, but I assume that's what it means. Okay. So that card's gonna be great. Let's find a land. Please. Fetch land would be even better. Yeah. Do I want to bring back Cosima at the end of their turn as like a 5/7? Yeah, Cosima is like the blue tireless tracker. I think I'd rather just cast Charming Prince, to be honest, and likely we'll be able to find another land and get Cosima back there. Because the longer we can go without casting it, the better. No respect for SSG Manamorphose Quicken Thoughtseize. I guess not. Teamer Cosima, yeah. Just any Ren and 6 deck, right? Sure. Sure. Yeah, Cosima is a lot of text. Okay, I can't actually play both of these in one turn, but so if I do this and then it doesn't make it, I can't cast anything else this turn. If I play Uro and that doesn't make it, I can't cast anything else this turn. So realistically, it just doesn't matter what I do here if they have the counterspell. So whatever. Oh, we jammed. Ha! It worked. I can't believe it. Let's see you jam. Sucker, you got nothing on me. Let's see you jam. I can't believe it. People, stop playing your Teferis and plussing them. I mean, I know I've done it from time to time, but stop it. It's so bad. Getting no card advantage off your Teferi is worse than death. How does Meddling Mage work with Tybalt? You need to name whichever side you don't want them to cast. You can only name one side, correct? Yes. If you name Tybalt, they can cast Valky. But I think that's the deal you're going to make. Oh, good draw. They're going to reset the verdict here, I guess. Yeah. Snap verdict? Could be. I think Mystic Sanctuary verdict was much more likely. I'm going to add the counter because they're likely to reset the verdict soon. We're down a game. Yeah, we still need to play game 3. I know they have the 2 mana, but I want them to tap down. Gives me a better chance of removing the Shark Typhoon without them. What are they resetting? Verdict, I guess? Resetting Opt, sure. What? They vetoed my Spell Pierce. What? Okay, whatever. Play this. Get our Cosima back. Oh, I should have done that on the fetch, but whatever. We did not find an Enigmatic Incarnation here. Let's go Omen of the Seas. Let's fetch first from the marginal. Oh, perfect. This is lethal. It would be if they didn't have a shark to block me. But no, I have nothing I can do about the shark. But we'll be able to hit them for 2 with Omen of the Forge. The shark can't be big enough to kill Cosima. So Cosima just took this game up on her back and just carried it up the mountain. Okay, that is not 3. Obviously, they can't cast it for 3. Destroys all the 2s. So this means they must have, like, a Path to Exile. Exile. Nope. No, I like this big bad bee right where she is. Yes, I know we're going to lose on time. I do not need to be told we're going to lose on time. Nobody needs to tell me. I was specifically mentioning about 3 or 4 minutes ago that while we were down on clock, that there's basically no way we could ever win this match. So there's just nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. Can win that game very decisively, though. Like, wrecked them. I'll be back in half a second. Remember, folks, even if we don't win this other one, I will be trying to do this off stream where my clients are less totally choked. So somehow we didn't get to... Oh, no worries, man. Yeah, Cosima definitely seems like a pretty reasonable card from the set. I don't know how good, but definitely good-ish. Oh, the 5-mana card we should be playing, Mord, is clearly Teferi, Mage of Zhalfir. Duh. Because against the control deck, all you need to do is resolve 1 4-mana enchantment, then a second 4-mana enchantment, and then you'll lock them out and you'll win. Well, the big problem with our deck right now, Mord, is we don't have a triple blue spell. And I think that's really the weakest thing about this deck, is that there's nothing that's horrendously difficult to cast. We need more cards in our deck that are impossible to cast. Especially under a Blood Moon. Like, if we get Blood Moon, it should just mean GG. That's what I'm saying, is that we should be aiming for that. Oh yeah, I'm trying here. The nice thing about being down on clock is that it wonderfully clears your mind in that you just kind of make every decision and go. Okay, I already pressed F6 on that turn. It's not my fault. I burned a couple seconds to that Spreading Seas trigger. I don't have a second green source. We're going to do this. We're going to play this here. Put it on white. And sometimes you hit draws like this. Nope. It's a bad blue-eye control player. Nope. Unban Mana Silex. I don't know why you all like hurting me so much with your Mana Silex talk. Gosh darn it. I was hoping they'd actually have to play a counter. Oh shit, I did not even need to do shock there. Remand, sure. Okay, so we have Teferi into Lurrus next turn. Hopefully I can find more mana. The counter they got back there was Cryptic Command, so if we draw another Spell Pierce, we could probably resolve something. Could also just play Lurrus for... Fuck. Oh, they're playing something. Oh, it's worse. The hope and then the pain. Lots of other people have commented on enjoying the moments on stream where I have hope and then pain. On the plus side, we're cutting them off of a Verdict here, like heavily. So that's not the worst. What are you playing? Sure. So we were never going to be able to win this game on time, but fuck! Ah! Sorry. It's just a very frustrating turn. Oh, for anyone who is ever interested in the mildly frustrating term from Zoomers of Jebaited, I finally found out what that one meant. So if anyone is curious, I can now demystify Jebaited for anyone. If you, like me, found it frustrating because jebaited means baited, so I don't know why anyone would ever say you got jebaited or I got jebaited when they mean baited. Like, I don't know why they had to add an extra syllable. I now know why. Goblin Rabblemaster would be sweet here. I mean, unless what you're saying is like, because it could win us the game fast enough. To be fair, I've gained on time, like, by a reasonable amount. The problem is that Jace is just drawing them so many cards. And we keep drawing shit like Phantasmal Image. This card has been in my hand way too many times this match. Way too many times. If they have the counter for Teferi, I'm just going to be done here. Which they will. Yep. All right. I'm just gonna try to play quicker from the start of the next one. The game one was where we really got massacred on clock. Oh, jebaited. So there was a streamer whose name was just something, and he got baited. And that became an emote called jebaited. So it was an emote. So what people were doing was saying, I got emote. And the emote suggested that they got baited. So they were saying I got baited, but there was no emote for just baited. There was an emote for that specific streamer being baited, which was jebaited. But as with LOL in my generation, it became the actual case that people would start saying LOL. We're going to go turn 1 Temple Garden with Sprawl, which gives me access to the turn 2 Lurrus. Although maybe it's better to go Forest with Sprawl on white. We go green for Sprawl on white, and then Foothills cannot get Hallowed Fountain. Temple Garden with... Okay, I see what I want to do. Your eyebrows each grow a single white hair, and it's so weird. That is neat. I'm going to go with that's neat. Jamulligan. This was my keep. So Temple Garden and Sacred Foundry. So if I put the Sprawl on white, sorry, the Sprawl on blue. Sprawl goes on blue. So I could play Meddling Mage next turn and then follow up with the Triome. Considering how I built this deck, I would like to run into the Emrakul deck. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Well, in theory, they'll take the Meddling Mage, but also they might just, yeah. All right, so we're going to Meddling Mage and name Fatal Push. I guess we could name Tarmogoyf. So it was a combination of juked and baited. Nah, you're giving him too much credit. Fatal Push or Tarmogoyf? Fatal Push or Tarmogoyf? This Fatal Push. The Michael Chan is not a Zoomer. It's interesting to find out. Oh, nice. Hot. Boom.
Boom, baby.
Oh, well, you were right. There's the red. Debated, lol. Did you miss anything good? Yeah, time got us in the last match. So you didn't really miss anything good, no. Oh, there's gonna be a Liliana, isn't there? My Orion is not drawing me any cards yet. It is frustrating. Yes, we also learned about the origins of Debated. We're dead to Jace too? No, I mean, not necessarily. We could have persevered through the Jace. Oh, wow. Sure. I don't have double white in play yet, and I would rather cycle the Triome, so we'll do that way. Now they Fatal Push, because the Meddling Mage was on Fatal Push before now. Huh. Of course. So if we can get a Magus of the Moon, it's not the story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. God, I love the Emperor in the whole prequel trilogy. By far the best part of those movies. I mean, let's play a 4/5 Sky Noodle. I'm not happy about it, but like, feel like Utopia Sprawl should draw a card. Then it would fit in. Poor Utopia Sprawl, feeling left out from all the drawing a card parties. So now they're going to have the Liliana? They have to, right? Something horrible has to happen to me. No, if they had the Liliana, they would have played last turn to kill my Meddling Mage, right? Why would they possibly trophy me? This is going to be Bloodbraid. And they're going to cascade into a Liliana. Or Valky. Lightning Bolt. Not good enough. They bolt me. Cool. So this means they don't put me in the awkward situation of choosing to take 3 or block with my Orion. Which means my opponent's a coward. Because they weren't willing to trade the Bloodbraid. When you cast, so we can exile that with Deputy. Let's cycle this first. That'll work. And Urian currently outraces Raging Ravine. I'm going to hold this card in my hand in case they do have a Liliana and or Culligan's Command. They want to remove your ability to make a choice. No, but what I'm saying, why I said that that means my opponent's a coward is then they could have bolted my Urian and then stared me in the eye and said, I'm attacking you for 3. You won't block. Which I feel like is the baller move, right? Going like, listen, you're not blocking this. Or they knew they were going to have the removal spell this turn, and so they kept it for that. It's not actually true. Like, obviously, the reason that they wouldn't... The reason they would go bolt to the face is so that they could remove it the next turn and attack through, clearly. But, okay, so we get to remove that, but unfortunately... there's a Raging Ravine that might just start kicking my ass. The Raging Ravine will outrace my 1/3, unfortunately. Okay, there's the land they picked up, I think. Holding on to this land in hand just in case I need a... Sure. Gotcha. Twice in one game, baby. Twice in one... They did not attack. Whoops. That's a good one. Omen of the sea, omen of the sea, omen of the sea. Don't need that. Not so much on that one. I guess I could attack with Deputy and hope they... Yes, please. Because what we can do with Cosima... No, we can't. Yes, we can? No, we can't. Oh, but next turn we can draw 3 cards with it? Wild. No, 2. Maybe 3. No, 2. Just 2. End of turn, activate Raging Ravine. No, during my turn, activate Raging Ravine. Okay. Yes, and. That's what I thought. Interesting choice. Opponent wanted to show me that they did, in fact, understand that they could activate Raging Ravine. Ravine is to scare you, yeah. I have 1 card in hand. They might plus here. No, okay. I'm going to give them back their Ren and 6 because this Cosima is worth too damn much. The fact that I didn't keep the Omen of the Forge means that I don't have a burn spell on them right now, which is... Opponent got to forgot whose turn it was. I don't think that's true. I mean, it's obviously it's possible. I think they just wanted to prove to me that they did in fact understand how their card worked. Okay, so Cosima is going to draw me 2 cards and then come back in as both a lethal threat and a large blocker. Also, we'll see if we draw anything great. This card is way more impressive than I thought already. Cosima does not have haste, correct? But if I put her in this turn, they can't... You should do this at their end step. I have so much mana, Michael. I have much mana. I would like to draw these cards now. And their Liliana can't get high enough to beat Cosima. Yeah, we can draw cards that we could play right now. So while I agree that in some worlds that would be the right choice, it was the right choice to do it now for reasons like exactly this. Should scry first. Yes, I should have. I also should have tapped my mana better. I goofed somewhere along the way. I don't need either of these. That's fine. But Cosima stonewalled their Raging Ravine, and then I drew a Spreading Seas. You need double white, your mana tapping was fine. Was it? Maybe it was. I didn't fetch very aggressively, so that was kind of, in its own way, kind of sketchy. All right, that's fine. Lily can't get high enough right now. 420, blaze it. Smooth. All right. Exile this. No. Low-hanging fruit, I know. No, that's all good. I love low-hanging fruit. Listen. I have, any time in my life I've heard an obvious setup for a crappy joke and not made it, I've always regretted it. And you don't want to do that. Don't do that. Just live your best life, man. Blue source. Blue source. It's not a blue source. They are almost dead, though. Oh, oops. Cast Charming Prince. So we have a shock in our hand, and they have more than enough fetch lands to get themselves killed. Okay, we've got our Reflector Mage coming up next turn, so basically locked into winning here. I love playing 4-color money piles that just outgrind Jund like it's nothing. Huntmaster of the Fells. Good for you, opponent. You're playing some cool cards. Oh, you. Comes Valky. Valky would not have been a problem. Patronizing. I know. They're playing all the Boomer Jund hits. It's pretty phenomenal. I guess I could have attacked with Cosima and the Charming Prince and see what they blocked. And then kept the Omen. But I had the Reflector Mage on top, so we just killed them this way. Oop, overtapped. Magic Online saved me, though. All right, listen, opponent. For the next turn, you can't play wolf tokens. You cannot play cards named wolf. Jund. My opponent's wily, and they realized I would never forget whose turn it was. All right, so we don't need the second Magus here. One is probably good enough. I don't really think I need to sideboard. Oh, Auriok Champion's probably fine. It's not like amazing or anything, but it's fine. It's definitely has text. Yeah, I think I'll just board out one Teferi for one Auriok Champion. I think that's largely it. I mean, Magus of the Moon seems really, really good against their list, but I'm not sure I want a second one because it's just so likely that they'll have a reasonable board position. Huh. Abundant Growth is not Utopia Sprawl. But on the flip side, I have 4 mana and Enigmatic Incarnation, so I'm keeping this hand. On the negative side, this is one of the matchups that cutting all of the Veil of Summers from my sideboard is definitely a little bit painful. Not only do they have proactive discard spells, but they have proactive removal that is black. So opponent leading on Raging Ravine makes me think that the most likely play on their next turn is Renin 6. So we're going to dodge their discard first. Oh no. Oh no. Oh man, if only I had Veil of Summer to protect. Mord, it's happening. It's happening, Mord. Bless this little Magus of the Moon. The best thing is, if they do get a discard spell of any kind this turn, they can't possibly take anything but the Magus. Sarul Realm Eater. Whenever a permanent an opponent controls is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, if it has one or more +1/+1 counters on it, you may remove all of them. If you do... Okay. So, every time I put a card in my graveyard, fetch lands included, they get to grow this thing, and then at the beginning of an upkeep, they can EE for that amount. What we're going to do is we're going to make this into a 4/4 next turn to get an island. Then we're going to play Magus. If they have Bolt, we get a little beat up. But if they don't, we roll up to Enigmatic and we crush them with that. If they do have a Bolt, it doesn't really affect anything else too much. Do I want either of these cards right now? I think I'll take the Omen in case they play something else that is... Yeah, I just want a little bit more action here. So this guy's fine. We're going to make it into a 4/4. They'll be able to EE me for 1. That's X or less. That's Pernicious Deed. This is exactly X, right? Oh, no, less than or equal to. Huh. So I definitely don't want to draw... I don't want to put that up to 2 at any point. Although if they kill my Magus, then they'll be able to take out the rest of my cards. Yikes. Maybe we should just do nothing this turn and then try to Skyclave it next turn. If they play a Bloodbraid, we have an Omen of the Sea. Or Omen of the Forge. Yeah. Because if they have a Bolt, they just get to eat me alive. Yeah, that's the plan, but that'll be next turn, Mike. We gotta dodge discard for 1 turn here. Yeah, that one's fine. Okay, so everything worked out fine. Good. Good. Yeah. Everything came up Millhouse. Doop. Yeah, opponent's still playing straight into the Magus. I don't think they have an option. I think our opponent is... I think our opponent doesn't have the option here. Okay, so we're going to grow the Sarolf by 1 here, but it's not going to matter because we're about to exile it. Yeah, the dog is interesting. You gotta play around it kind of interestingly. I just used the same adjective twice, so I'm kind of... Adverb and adjective? Yeah, one then the other. Because I'm a bad writer, but that's not the point. The point is, you should check out my newest article on faithlessbrewing.com. Faithlessbrewing.com, your one-stop shop for mediocre writing from Zach Manasimal Ryle, and excellent writing from every other contributor. Hello. Japoet. That's great. So, do I Skyclave this, or do I Reflector Mage it? I feel like right now I want to Reflector Mage it. Because then we could Magus. We can Meddling Mage on Lightning Bolt with Magus. In some form or another, I'm 100% sure that I'm overthinking this, but that's what I'm going to do. Boing! Hoop, there it is. Hoop, there. Japoet, your French is terrible. Tu ne parles pas français. Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Une Blood-Braid Elf? Le Renegade. Oh, French duels sound delicious. Oh, we did the thing, huh? I could play Uro into Magus here if I wanted to. Is that where we're at? We play Uro into Magus, and then we turn the Abundant Growth into a Meddling Mage on Lightning Bolt. That's what we're going to do. Those sound amazing, Solsaras. So I have blue. This can't get white. So we're going to hose our white a little bit here. But that's probably okay. Because I've got a Birds of Paradise in my hand and I already have Enigmatic going. So... yeah, a lot of the duels have been going nuts. It's pretty upsetting for me, as I was really getting into playing Legacy Online, and I guess I'm just gonna have to borrow duels if I ever want to play it in paper, or hopefully, you know, I've got friends that play it, and at some point I just need to wait until people start selling out, and then hope I can get some deals that way. Okay, opponent, it's all you. What do you got? Swamp Fatal Push. Beta duels and white portal. Ah, now you're thinking with portals. Pauper deck is white bordered. Nice. Yes, choosy players choose white borders. White borders. For when Caucasian borders aren't in... wait, hold on. So we can go sack the Omen, get a Rallier, and then... okay, so we can attack with this. Yeah, we're going to do a Rallier chain this turn. Official brand. Is the Grizzlebrand stand-in Muldrifter? Please tell me the Grizzlebrand stand-in is Muldrifter. So we sack our Omen of the Forge, get Renegade Rallier. Rallier gets back the Omen of the Forge, which picks off their Bloodbraid. Then, guess what? We could do it again. Gurmag, Shambling, Burnt Offering, Energy Tap, Rush of Knowledge deck. Neat. Sack that one and get... I guess I could just Skyclave the Ren and 6 to leave them with literally nothing. Yeah, alright. I like destroying my opponent's hope. Because if they draw a Bolt, they can't cast it. So realistically... And then if they find any other removal, they're probably removing the Magus first. Burnt Offering. Now that's a card I've not heard in a long time. Hey, Mord. How you like my board here? I have only one response. Nice Jund deck. We've played against Blue, White, and Jund. What year is it? When I played Defense of the Ancients, when I played Dota 2, there were so many people from Spanish-speaking countries on that game, and it was always ya in chat. I should not keep this. We're in the dark. I have 2 shots. I'm an old timer. I was playing it back when it was called Defense of the Ancients. I played even before that. I played Aeon of Strife on Warcraft 3 custom games. I played StarCraft. I played Defend the Guy, which was replaced by Defend Slim Shady. Not even joking. All right, if I draw a land, this hand is probably great. I'm going to keep it. We're risking. We're going to risk it for the biscuit. I got a rainbow land to start with. All I need is pretty much any second land draw. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Oh, we all know it's gonna be. Which is kind of perfect, because if we don't draw the second land, it doesn't matter what it was. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna draw a Meddling Mage and not enough mana to cast it. Oh, come on, deck. Come on. You just faced that deck for the 5-0. Did you win? I'm assuming you didn't, because you're not posting about it. We saw the card exiled? Oh, sure. All right, we need 1 turn. You got the 5-0? Nice. Oh, Mord. Okay. So this probably means they're on Violent Outburst, and they're just going to do it in response to this Omen of the Sea. But I'm not casting it. Like, I don't have a... No, I know Teferi wins. I was assuming they were about to kill me in response to the Teferi. I'm going to put it on top in case they trickery my Teferi. They probably have a trickery in their hand then. But whatever. I mean, I'm not casting this Teferi, so... I don't know, kill you? Tipple's trickery? Yeah, called it. Alright, what do we get? Sure. Sweet. Now they're gonna have, what's it? Throes of Chaos? They're gonna have the slow spell. Can bounce Emrakul. I mean, we'll see. But they're gonna have Throes of Chaos now, right? Their hand could not have been this bad. There is no freaking way. I do not believe it. What is happening? Wild. All right. Hey, opponent. I got another one. Another one. Why did they keep... That's a real goddamn... Why did they exile the... No, I don't know. Thanks for the follow, OP Magician. Hope you're having a great night. Paid actor. Why would I pay an actor for round 3, Mord? That does not make sense. If it doesn't make sense, you must quit. I don't know why I think that Jackie, what's his name? I don't know why in my brain he sounds like Mike Tyson, but he does now. Why don't you think about it, you know? Chewbacca from Kashyyyk. And the Ewoks live on Endor. That does not make sense. Hearing Eddie Murphy a little? Yeah. Well, I just watched a bit on Living Color the other day where it was Mike Tyson on the dating game with some chick who was... Oh, yeah. Snap it off, baby. I got the turn 2 kill. Let's see if my opponent can go faster. Let's see if my opponent can go faster than me. All right, opponent, we're drag racing now. You better have a spirit guide. You better have a spirit guide. Oh, they could have a trickery in their hand. Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's find out. Okay, I want green. Green, red, and blue, white covers all my bases. Then I can get green, blue, red, white. Green, red, and blue, white can't cast Meddling Mage. Hold on. So Breeding Pool and Hallowed Fountain, and we'll just figure it out from there because it's probably not going to matter. I probably could have gotten Raugrin Triome on that. Yeah, no, I could have gotten the Raugrin Triome on that. At first I wanted to, and then I second-guessed myself into definitely you don't, which didn't make any sense. It's fine, it's too late, and it probably doesn't matter, but if I play more of this deck, I'll try to figure my shit out. So, really? Okay. Interesting choice, opponent. Deputy of Detention is not Reflector Mage. Yes, we are aware. Yay! But my opponent played Tybalt's Trickery. How did I win? What an engaging game of Magic. Both teams played hard, all right? Both teams played hard. I came here today to face that deck, and my plan worked. My plan worked. Yeah, it was a round 3 bye. Oh.
Yeah, baby, I know it.
Against the Dogfish. Jamagic as Garfield intended? Is that what you were looking for? So, hand is kind of mediocre. I came here to chew Jund and kick... Oh, it's probably a permissions thing again, Roy. I came here to chew Jund and kick trickery, and I'm all out of Jund. That's a good line. Okay. Oh, it was Inquisition. Good. Opponent says, doubt it will be fun against a Urian pile, but hey. I'm going to say, yikes. As much as it makes sense to want to play this Seal of Fire on one, I'm trying to think of any turn 2 creatures they'll have that I really would want to kill that I wouldn't just Omen of the Forge. I guess I could team up Seal of Fire and Omen to take down a Magmatic Channeler, but I would rather get my Raugrin. Well, maybe I should be dodging... Maybe I should be dodging Blood Moon aggressively, even in game 1. Well, there goes my Enigmatic. Oh, my opponent mulled to 5. Alright. I understand their saltiness a little more now. I'm not going to bother fetching yet. There we go. Let's play this out now. You're broken. Everyone's playing Tibalt Cascade now. We just wrecked them. It's worse than Hogak Modern. Well, it's a lot easier to play, and it's a lot more like playing the slot machine. So I think people really enjoy playing the slot machine. Hogak was worse because the deck was better, but it was less easy to just like pick up and be like, lol, Emrakul. So we're just going to Rallier for ramp. So I need green or white here, so we'll get green, then we'll bring back the Misty Rainforest. Oh no, I'll get back the Omen. In which case, I'm still gonna get green. No, I should have been fetching up differently. At the moment, I'm gonna have a really hard time avoiding getting Blood Moon pretty hard. I can't island right now. Yeah. I guess I just have to figure out what I'm bothering to play around. Yeah, but I don't know if they're actually playing main deck Blood Moons. They should be. So the conservative choice would be to get back the Misty Rainforest, but I'm going to go for the Omen. Probably what I should be doing is playing around the way that they just yank this game out of my hands. And the way they yank this game out of my hands is with a... well, it would have been with a Blood Moon, except now I drew that, so never mind. We're good. We're good. We're good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We got this. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. So I should probably play this Magus? No, I don't really want to. First things first, we'll Abundant Growth my Montagna. Le Montagne. Oh. Yeah, that'll be good later. I guess we have to crack the Omen of the Seas this turn cycle. And now we have access to the blue, so. Probably should have grabbed Urian there. Definitely should have grabbed Urian there. Although, they could be packing a bunch of discard right now. They haven't played anything in a while. This has got to be Seasoned Pyromancer. Nope. Lucy. Lucy! Oh. Hey, it's that thing I said they were playing. So I can't cast my Skyclave. Womp womp. We'll just grab Urian here, I guess. Yeah. Drawing me a card is not the end of the world. Plus I have the option of Omen of the Forge. Hey, Larynx Punchworthy. Hope you are doing just the gosh darn best. We just beat up on Egon. Yeah. Sick. Right on. We just beat up on a Tibalt's Trickery deck. Guess this thing is one hell of a clock, huh? Even at the blurst of times. It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times. It was the best. It was the best. What creature is that? Egon, God of Death. Death Touch 6/6. Okay, makes sense, makes sense. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile 2 cards from your graveyard. If you can't, sacrifice Egon and draw a card. Who's that? Pokemon. It's Egon. Egon! It's also got a flip side that is pretty cool. It does like a one-shot version of Torment of Hailfire. Okay. Shock my opponent. Draw a card. Well, Urian plus Seal of Fire can deal with Egon, so... Although, I'm pretty ahead in the race. I killed him, what, 2 turns? They're gonna have Liliana, though. Yep. So next turn we're playing Magus as a jump blocker. Just Seal of Fire, Liliana down. So... Well, that was a pretty good draw. Cut them off black? They have double black. So I don't... I'm just going to bounce the Egon to buy time here and then ping down the Liliana. I have a Prismatic Vista in my hand I don't particularly care about. Oh. I want white here. We can finally start removing everything. Yeah. Doop. We like to party. We like to party. We like to party. Sure. Oh no, my Teferi! He already drew me a card. Bah! Oh, this guy does not have the fun other side. This is the bad other side. It's the other black legend that has the fun other side. White, Skyclave. Move Egon. Do I want to Glasspool their Blood Moon? Probably. I guess if they have a bunch of removal, I kind of get blown out. Yeah, probably should just save it. But if we're not doing that this turn... Let's do this. It's going to turn this back into a mountain. Yep. But I have more than enough different colored mana right now. Plus, we've got an abundant growth, so. Ayo! That's a fatty. That's another fatty. Well, we can Skyclave one of them. No, I should add an upkeep stop. Okay, so Mord says this doesn't work. So let's put that here. Jeez. It works if you play it later. Got it. Yeah, but I didn't remember. And I'm not making the mistake because I keep remembering that we've talked about it and I need to make the mistake if I want to learn. So I haven't had anything leave the battlefield yet this turn. No. I could sack my Omen, then Rallier, and get back Omen of the Sea. It's probably the best thing to do. Can I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I can't. Let's just remove one of their guys. Copy that. Okay. Finds a Dread Boar. All right. So they're going to get, what, a 3/3? Sure. Yikes. Come on, deck. Help me out here. Sack Omen of the Forge. Yikes. I swear to you, we can never find our namesake card. I mean, I guess Uro's okay. Although, because of the way I've had the mana go down so far, we will not be able to escape it yet. Opponent goes to combat. That's fine. I'm willing to block with my Rallier. Sure. Idyllic Tutor. I know, I know. Finds a second Blood Moon. Sure. Wait, they left themselves open to being attacked. Interesting. Also, we drew that. Should have bounced the Chandler. I forgot I also had a Blood Moon or Magus of the Moon in play. I'm not gonna lie to you folks. I straight up forgot. It's okay though. Opponent instantly concedes to my Uro. Couldn't even escape it. They did not care. Alright. Yixlid Jailer's probably worthwhile here. Seal of Fire was way worse than I was thinking it would be. Although it's probably better than Omen. A good chunk. Kuneros and Comball could each be acceptable. Spell Pierce could be okay. You board out the Magus because they are a Blood Moon deck. I like Voice, I like Spellskite, I like Ooze. Honestly, I like Birds just fine because the birds eat a removal spell somewhere. Because they don't have infinite removal. So chances are they're not going to bother. Oh, we might want Plague Engineer for the elemental tokens. So maybe the Comball and the Kuneros are just nonsense. Yeah, because this doesn't turn off their Seasoned Pyromancers. Comball could be okay, though. Unomas. What up, Loverboy B? Just cut a bird. Go down a burb. Down one burb. Oh, it's going pretty good. We beat up on Tybalt's Trickery with our 4 Meddling Mages at our 95. Sorry, 96. How to beat up on Tybalt's Trickery. Play 4 Meddling Mages in your 96. Also, for some reason, play 96. Don't ask. You all know the policy on this channel about deck and card choices. Don't ask, don't tell. Excuse me, streamer, I have a question. Keeping in mind, I already explained about the wig. Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, yeah. Spreading Seas? Because I can't get anything. I can't get a Revolt here. And cutting them off double black seems relatively valuable. We could draw a better land. Like that one. Like that one. We could draw a better land like that one. Turn 2 Ugin in Standard? What is happening? Oh, it's the Tybalt Trickery deck. What are they playing for 0? Like Ornithopter or some nonsense? Like something really, really, really god-awful? Crypts and Stone... Yeah. So essentially... Oh! 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 Opponent taps their Channeler after the Ashiok. They don't give a fuck. Nothing matters anymore. Game's over. User wins. Fuck. Well, here's my 3-mana 3/2. Maybe we'll draw a Skyclave. Fetch land Rallier. Yeah, okay. Then I'd have an extra fetch land in play, which still couldn't fetch me anything. Yeah. Just loses us 1 life. I mean, if we're interested in dying... They brought in Boyle against us. Oh, because they just think we're like a Urian pot. Are they just not paying any attention to the cards we actually played? I guess it's possible. All right, well, we're firing off this Uro on essentially nothing. But if I am going to do that, let's go highest risk, highest reward. We'll play the Stomping Ground first. We'll play the Uro this way. And if we top deck a Skyclave Apparition, we could snap it off. People are calling it to be banned already, which is kind of ridiculous. That's what happens when you get a sort of, what do I want to say? Zeitgeist? No. There has been an expectation that calling for things to be banned is a reasonable reaction to... I should have put my Urian in my hand. Calling for things to be banned is a reasonable reaction to not liking them or perceiving them as powerful or whatever. However you want to phrase that whole spiel. Zeret. Well, fuck me sideways. I guess we weren't going to live very long even if there wasn't an Ashiok. So, I guess if I'm going to die, it might as well be to this hand. Sure. Did they mill me or did they mill... They milled themselves, right? Yeah, they did. Okay. Honestly think if Wizards think Splinter Twin hurts the meta diversity, Uro should fall into the same blanket. He's a top creature played in 4 formats. Sure. We got their Channeler down. Bizarre. You crazy, opponent. You crazy. I guess they're just fueling up their Croxa. Oh shit, their Magmatic Channeler went to 4/4. I've never seen anyone do that before. Alright, that was cool. I'm glad I'm learning things like that in this game, where we've basically already lost. Of course you could do that. I'm an idiot. They just burned off a card, so I would never consider it. We can just play Engineer. No, we can't. No, we can't. No, we can't. We have no access to black mana. None. Play Lurrus. And play nothing. And then die. Yeah, we're just dead. You forget, my friend. There's an Ashiok in play. We didn't get to do anything. Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess so. But on the same time, like, my argument is Lava Dart hurts meta diversity. It's so hard to play any creature with 1 toughness. And the whole prowess deck has 2 toughness. So they don't even hose each other with it. All right. I don't think that means I want Seal of Fire back. But, oh, I didn't bring in an Auriok Champion. Because I'm an idiot. Auriok Champion can block Hazaret and or Egon for days. How good is this hand? Pretty damn good. Blue, green, white, red? Yeah. Yeah, alright. I think I'm fetching a Temple Guard. No, I need to play around Blood Moon here. Honestly, dislike Field more than Uro. I agree with that one. Because the thing is, Field is played by decks of all sorts of different colors and setups. Obviously, I'm biased because I enjoy playing with Uro. And I don't particularly enjoy playing with field or being meant like I have to play with field. But it's my opinion, damn it, and I'm entitled to it. This is America. This is America. This is America. Draw a card. Oh, rewarded. Thank you, deck. All right. Hopefully they're not playing any kind of Stone Rain nonsense. Be pretty upset. Blue, sure. Alrighty. I like that one. One of my few remaining Teferis. Am I just going to bounce my own Spreading Seas here? And then replay it? I feel like I will. I have a long list of grievances with MTG. Oh, well. You wouldn't be an MTG player if you didn't. Yeah, I think just gaining as much value on board right now is probably the woo best way to go with this. Mord, I think your deck likes me. Yeah, Cleansing Wildfire hits basics. It's a Field of Ruin. But it's good. It's a Geomancer's Gambit. If you miss the Modern Horizons modern staple Geomancer's Gambit, I think it's almost exactly the same. I don't know if there's any difference. Please tell me this is Engineered Explosion. No, it's gonna be Ashiok. Oh, it's Kolaghan's Command. Yeah, that's fine. Teferi drew me more than one card there. I do still need the red mana, so this is fine. Yep. Oh, they do get it. That one's literally, yeah, that one's literally field. That one's literally field. Yeah. Whereas Cleansing Wildfire is in fact tapped. So we'll play Omen, floating a green, and then play Scooze. Yeah. I figured it out. Oh, yes. And we'll save that on top, so it can't be thought seized. Skullsmall. Boop, boop. There's no... Oh, no, there is a creature in a graveyard. Do I eat it now to stop... Nah. To incentivize them to Nile Spellbomb for no value? I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna... I don't think they'll be like, oh, it's eating their own creature. I better Spellbomb it now. I will eat my own creature in response, though, because I would like to gain the 1 life. And I don't think having a Voice of Resurgence in my graveyard when there's a Nile Spellbomb on board is particularly valuable. Okay, they don't also have an Ashiok? Good. All right, nerd, time for JJ. I don't know. This thing you can probably never beat. I mean, they could have that nonsense card. What does it do? Crap. What am I thinking of? The Heartless Act? Is that what it... No, it's not Heartless Act. The black thing that destroys an enchantment. All right. What is the best card I can get against their deck on this board? Oh, Cosima. Probably Cosima. Feed the Swarm, thank you. If I get Rallier, they'll Spellbomb. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Oh, do I have enough mana to cast Omen in my graveyard? I do. Okay, so I have priority right now. So I get a Lurrus and I just go bang, bring back my Omen. This is not a trigger, so they can't do anything with the Spellbomb about it. Yes to both. Yes to all. I think I'd rather have Plague Engineer in my hand. Spellskite ready to go to bat defending me next turn. Sure. So they get to mill the Spellskite? That's not so bad. Why did they tap off of black and red? I have confused. Why did they... I can play... You... I feel like Mr. Burns. Who told you that? Oh, yes. Excellent. I want to play the Scoos first. Zach.exe has stopped working. Yay! My opponent is not allowed to be mad at me about playing a Urian pile with the set of cards I played this game. I'm sorry. Ridiculous. If anyone tries to get mad at me for that game, being like, oh my god, you're playing an Urian pile. Yeah. No, come on. Come on. Did you see the draft chaff we just played there? We played Scavenging Ooze. 4-color nonsense. This is 5-color nonsense. We're even playing the 5th color. And we're playing a deck Magus of the Moon. Something, Zoomer, Jeffrey Country. The bug good stuff piles that have people mad. Yeah. And teamer good stuff. And money pile. Basically all the good versions of the Uro decks. And if I have anything to say about it, Titan decks. Fuck Titan decks. I mean, they're great. Would you play Shardless Agent if they unbanned it? 100%. No. Well, they printed it into Modern Horizons too. I'm gonna keep this. We've got Omen, Sacred Foundry, Meddling Mage, and there is a deck in this format that will immediately lose to that. Steam Vents, though it's probably not this one. Soulscar Mage, definitely not this one. Okay, this was not a good keep for this game. Bug, Rug, and American Control, featuring the Burning of the Rainforest. Oh, that's sick. Okay. Well... What is Teamer? So, do I play like Meddling Mage on Bolt or... I think playing Meddling Mage on Bolt is like basically the only way I can survive here. And the reason I'm naming Bolt is if they have Lava Dart, they have to use both halves of it to kill the Meddling Mage. Tired from running WoW dungeons, I can't read. Oh, how is the new expansion? I haven't heard much, so it means it must not be that bad. Hey, look, they're going to make the play I said they're going to make. Oh, no, they're not. They're just going to Lava Dart me and then attack for 6. And then... Oh, and then light up the stage. Rats. Don't have a land. Don't have a land. Don't have a land. They don't have a land. New X pack is great. Nice. Glad to hear it. Well, we're almost definitely dead. Holy crap. They have more? Holy shit. They're playing all the free spells. What the hell? Well, wug is hard to pronounce. It sounds like you're saying rug, but with a lateral lisp. With that other speech impediment. Playing Wug Dalvo. I think I want... Oh, combo. Doy. That guy out of here. Seal Fires are... They're not insane, especially if they're playing all those free spells, but they certainly can lock your opponent out. Maybe we want just to pull down on curve here. Brain Maggot's probably no good. Phantasmal Image is almost definitely no good. Seda Delver. Yeah, there's a few of them where the clan names just work better, and so I have a hard time not using them. Like Bug and Rug I love, but and Berg is great. But like Wurg is shitty. Like Bant Red is easier than Wurg. So maybe we'll keep the image, not bring in Spell Pierce. Does that make any sense? Jeskai Control is a little better than American Control. Well, they did call it American Delver back in the day. That's the only time I've ever seen that like actually used, and I'm sure American Control was something that people did use. Dark Jeskai or Moist Jund? I mean, it depends on who you are. I'm a big fan of Moist Jund. I also like Teamer Black. Something about that just has like a nice zing to it. Mossy Mardu. That's great. Any and all alliteration I will always be a fan of. Alright, we're gonna go like this. Especially on the play. Mossy Mardu. That's just phenomenal. Mossy Mardu. Yep. Do people even know the Nephilim colors? Because I'm sure I don't. I mean, I know what colors they are, but if you're asking like what the name of each one is, I know one of them is Witchmaw. And I think the Witchmaw, I assume, doesn't have white in it. Your Tiller. The Your Tiller Nephilim is the Omnath. Glint Eye is Sans White. Oh, okay. Interesting. So instead of Meddling Mage or Omen, I think I'm going to just cut off the red here with Spreading Seas. Get a second white into play. In case we top deck Skyclave. Oops. Excuse me. Witchmaw, Glint Eye, Your Tiller. We only gotten 3, right? Nephew. Dune Brood and Ink Treader. Okay. Well, casting Burrow is not the worst thing in the world. And we can set up to escape it next turn. All of them are a mouthful. Oh, yeah. Yeah, not the most elegant design. Oh boy, this is the way we die on turn 3. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason you call it 4-color X. The problem is, in Modern right now, there are multiple 4-color controlled X. Yeah. They have 4 cards in hand. I wish I had enough time to start a poll which says, am I going to die this turn? With only 1 red mana, it's pretty unlikely. Yes. Answer is yes. It's always yes. Next turn. Yeah, well, next turn is 100%. Well, I'm taking 9. I'm going to take 1 more off my fetch. Then I go up to 11. Put an Uro in play. They've got 3 cards in hand, and they scryed. And they scryed top. Yeah, we're definitely dead. So I could Skyclave one of their small creatures and then play Meddling Mage. I'd have to shock for it, though. I think we just get Uro, see if we draw a... I'm going to 10 here. Yeah, we're just super dead. Yeah. No, it's just Uro. We hope that we could hit... we don't have a second island. No. So if I do hit a potential blue mana, we have to shock for it, which is pretty bad. We basically just don't have a chance here. Their deck full of free spells is just going to bury us. Four mana, 7/7. A 5 mana 10/10 is nowhere near good enough, so. Three mana 7/6 is pretty good though. Phonic goes to attacks. Makes it look like I have a choice. Yeah. Absolutely unbelievably dead. I hate this card so much. And these two. And Eidolon. How much overkill am I taking? They can't sack? Oh, they already did sack. Yeah. Yeah. So only 4 overkill. Raveler. Alright. So we died there at the end to that nonsense. And the other loss was, that was round 1. It was a close one against... Oh, blue-eye control. That's right, we timed out. So, yeah. Deck setup seems pretty good. Yeah, we timed out against blue-white. Yeah, deck setup seems pretty good. If I played quicker against blue-white, I'm sure we could beat them. I think prowess is always going to be a problem, either the red prowess or the blue prowess, although even in that last game, I didn't draw any Seal of Fires as any potential removal, so that was pretty bad. You're just generally going to struggle against those decks if you don't line up correctly, because they're just so fast, and the stuff you have coming out is just not going to be fast enough. In terms of changes that I could make to this deck, I wish that I had room for some Veil of Summers in the sideboard that would potentially be better against all manner of thing. Spell Pierce is kind of tricky. It's good against the Trickery deck, which is, you know, great to have more tools against that. It's reasonable against a lot of other stuff, but Veil of Summer is very, very, very good. Feels like we have a lot of stuff. We never brought in the second Magus of the Moon. I don't know if just land decks are not so popular right now, but if I wanted to find room for Veil of Summer, I might cut that. I might cut Comball. Didn't seem super impressive. And maybe one of the Seal of Fires. Because we did bring these in from time to time, the 2 Seal of Fires, but generally speaking, in most of the matchups where I was bringing the Seal of Fire in, I didn't feel like it was helping that much to have them, so these 3 cards could become Veil of Summer, and maybe the sideboard would be better. But it's always going to depend on what you actually run into. Anywho, we are going to switch over to an 81-card Niv Mizzet deck. This is based off of the recent 5-0 list with Golos in it, so we're playing a copy of Golos, we're playing some Sisay, and we're playing a Valky, God of Lies, that we can bring to light for and get a Tybalt Cosmic Imposter in play. So if you want to see any of that nonsense in just a moment, you can stick around here live
Meanwhile,
on the Mana Symbol channel. And if you're in the future watching this video on YouTube, feel free to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, check out any other videos you like, and I'll see you on the next one. For live human beings, we're gonna listen to some jams. As we set up for our next deck, if my browser will agree to it. Odd Warlock was a blast to play on Hearthstone. That was the only time I went